Hi, I'm Chris Moll from Kingsway Homes, and today we're going to take a walk through a new home that we have under construction, and we're going to talk about the rough mechanical stage. Rough mechanicals is the stage of construction where we install the heating, the plumbing, and the electrical in the rough stages before we drywall. So I just want to point out a couple of things as we walk through the house that we pay particular attention to and try to get our customers involved so we get everything just right. We're in the laundry room right now, and when we're in the laundry room, we'll help you lay out your electrical outlets, and we'll help you lay out the washer and dryer hookups just right so that we can get them situated for your washer and dryer, so the door swing of the washer and dryer is correct. An outlet above your sorting top for electronics, irons, things like that. We want to go through and make sure it's just right for whatever your needs are. As you walk into the back hall, there's going to be some cubbies and lockers and a boot bench style setting here. And right opposite that, we're going to have what we call a drop zone. And in the drop zone, we're going to have a couple of outlets in the back wall with the countertop. And that's set up so that you can plug in your cell phone chargers, iPad chargers, any of your electronics that you need on a daily basis. So really nice feature to have in a new home. As you come into the kitchen and the dinette area, you'll see in the dinette, we've got it roughed in for what would be a hanging ceiling light fixture. And we pay particular attention to that, and we want to actually have you lay out the dimension, length and width of your table and chairs so that we get adequate space around your dinette table for comfortable seating and chairs to pull in and out. And then we also want to make sure we have adequate space on the other side of the table for a walkway as you come through. So we pay a lot of attention to where that light fixture goes. Really important so you don't have to move it later. In the kitchen, oftentimes you'll have a series of recessed can lights, maybe some hanging pendants. This particular home has a large, what we call a mega island in the center, and it has some hanging pendants that we want to get exactly spaced proportionally correct over the island. So we actually lay the island out right on the floor, and then we go ahead and lay out the can lights and the pendant lights. There's a sink in the center of the island, and you want to have a light immediately over the kitchen sink in your workspace, so very important. And again, we'll actually take the time to come out and lay this out with you and make sure that we get it just right. Now we're going to take a walk into the great room. And in the great room, you can see we have this dynamite waffle ceiling. And in the waffle ceiling, we're going to use some 4-inch can lights at the intersection of each beam for accent lighting, which will look really fantastic when we're all done. And another important thing to think about is outlets on your front porch. On this house, we've strategically placed an outlet on the front porch that can be used for things out in the yard or on the lawn, but can also be used for Christmas lights, festive Halloween lights, things like that. Something that we really pay particular attention to and want to make sure we get just right as well. As you come into the dining room, you'll see that we've located a wire for the thermostat. The thermostat location is really important. The thermostat location can be higher, lower. It can be set up at any height that suits your needs. We also give a lot of thought to where you might place artwork in the house, things like that, so that we get it in just the right spot. We also wanted to show you how we cut in heat supplies. So what this is right here is a hole in the floor that will be an eventual flush mount heat vent in a hardwood floor. And this is what you call a drop-in floor heat supply. And anywhere that we have hard surface flooring, such as hardwood, we generally like to put them flush in the floor. Anywhere that has carpet, much like we have in the den right here, we have what would be a wall mount heat supply, which gets cut right into the baseboard. And then in addition, we also have heat supplies that would be set right into the wall off of the floor, which are commonly used in a bathroom. And now I'm going to take you upstairs and show you a couple of things in the upstairs of this home. And now we're going to walk into the master bedroom. I'm going to show you a couple of more things. Always try to make sure that the switch is on the opposite side of the door as you swing the door open, so the switch is not buried behind the door. Makes it more comfortable when you walk into the room. Many people like to have a ceiling fan, maybe a ceiling fan with a light on it, which would be located in the center of the room, perhaps over the bed. So you may have a couple of switches when you come in. One could be for the light and the fan. One could be for switched outlets. A lot of times the outlets will be switched so that when you have a lamp plugged in, you can just flip the switch and the lamp comes on and off. All things to consider as you're laying out the electrical in your bedrooms. We also oftentimes will have what we call a TV wall. and the outlet on the TV wall, you may want that to be not switched so that it's live all the time, so that you're not switching the TV on and off and so forth. From a heating standpoint, I want to point out a couple of things that we do on our cold air returns. This is a cold air return. We look at our cold air returns up high, and we put a piece of foam over the top of them to minimize any dust or debris entering them while we're building the home. Try to locate the cold air returns the best we can on an interior wall of the home. Now we're going to walk into the master bathroom, and I'm going to show you a couple other things that are really important. Oftentimes when we do a heat supply in a bathroom, we place the heat supply up high in the wall. And the reason we do that is when the air conditioning is running in the summer, we don't want air conditioning to blow cold air on you when you're sitting on the toilet. So a detail that's important, that we feel is very important. We also make sure when we install these in a wall that we insulate behind the heat supply as we're installing it, so that we leave no uninsulated or voided areas behind it. As you can see, we insulate behind the wall of a tub and seal it up really well before the tub's installed. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult to get down behind there and do a nice job of insulating it. So another really important detail. I want to point out a couple other things that we do too. All of the penetrations in the top and bottom plates, you can see down here at the bottom, are sealed up for fire and air infiltration reasons. You can see how they also do it up at the top plate. And then any plate that's or any hole that's drilled through a stud has what we call a nailing plate over the top of it, so that when you're screwing or nailing on the drywall, you don't penetrate any of the plumbing pipes. All really important details. Doing a thorough mechanical walkthrough with your builder, another reason why Kingsway builds better homes.